Good morning, friends. Welcome to Sunday Seeds. Today we're just doing a short segment. Miss Rachel is healing from being sick, which has given me good time to pray for all of you, give thanks for all of you, and really let this story resonate, that's a big word, huh? Resonate, to feel it, to think about it. Resonate, and a resonate is something that repeats, a resonance, and repeating. Today we're going to talk about second chances, the book of Jonah, chapter 3. And if you are a first Bible student, see if you can find that book of Jonah. It's not very big. You could probably do it in one sitting, read the whole thing. Second chances, our third week of Epiphany. Jonah's always known for the whale. This story is going to refer to it as a fish. And really what was happening is that Jonah was hiding from what God told him to do. So my friends, let's listen. Snuggle on up. Come on, have a seat. And let's listen to Second Chances, our story of Jonah. Okay? Jonah was a prophet. Oh, and we're reading from our Spark House World Bible. Jonah was a prophet, but he didn't feel like God's messenger. As he crawled up the beach, he felt slimy and he smelled like fish. Jonah! God's voice boomed. Go tell the people in Nineveh I'm angry at the way that they are living. Jonah groaned. God had asked him to do this before, but Jonah was sure that the people would not listen to him. He tried to turn away, but God then had him swallowed by a giant fish or a whale. Depends on which translation you read. The fish spit him out here on the sandy beach where God spoke to him once again. Jonah covered his ears, but he could still hear God. Jonah, go to Nineveh. Wow. And little Otto notices that must have been a big fish if he had swallowed Jonah whole. That's why some stories call it a whale. Jonah brushed off the sticky sand. And smelling like fish, he went running away. But it hadn't worked. He didn't want to go to Nineveh, but he needed to do what God asked. He dragged himself to Nineveh. Jonah stomped into the city. In 40 days, God will destroy you. Wow, not only does he not want to go, but he doesn't have a very happy message to share, does he? 40 days, God will destroy you, Jonah says. There, he did it. Now God would leave him alone. But the people in Nineveh, they surprised Jonah. They listened to God's message. We're sorry. And they prayed, God, please give us another chance. We'll change the way that we're living. And God saw what they did, and God did not destroy Nineveh. And here we have our grumpy friend. Have you ever felt grumpy about doing things? Yeah, me too. Is it always something you have to do anyway? A lot of times. Like maybe pick up your socks, or clean your room, or help mom scrub the bathroom, or I don't know, do your homework. I've got fun homework too. But there are things we don't want to do. Sometimes we don't do them. And sometimes, if we don't do them, we still have to get it done. So the story about second chances is God really responding to people who had not been behaving well, had not been doing what God had asked. And God gives them a second chance. So, little Ada and Otto. Ada says, Jonah got a second chance. To listen to God. So and so did the people of Nineveh. Well, and Otto notices that this is like a do-over. Does anybody else like do-overs? I like do-overs, yeah. It's fun to do a do-over. So in this, our third week, wait, we're 1, 2, 3. There we go. Miss Rachel has, my hands are sore. Here we go, I can do the 3. Of Epiphany, where we are enlightened by things around us. Sometimes having to do something might make us feel heavy, or low, or questioning what God really wants. And that's okay. I'd like to finish, wrap this session up with you by reading the prayer from the book of Jonah, which comes in the previous chapter. So it's chapter 2, the book of Jonah. When Jonah prayed to the Lord, his God, from that belly of the fish, and he says, I called to the Lord out of distress, and God answered me. And out of the belly I cried, and God heard my voice. And you cast me into the deep, into the heart of the seas, and the floods surrounded me, and the waves' billows passed over me. And then I said, I am driven away from your sight, and how shall I look upon your holy temple ever again? The waters closed in over him, and the weeds were wrapped around his body, and the roots and the mountains. The roots of the mountains, and he went down to the land, and the bars closed up upon him forever, and yet God brought him life. O Lord, my God, as my life was ebbing away, I remembered the Lord, and my prayer came to you into your holy temple. Those who worship vain idols forsake their true loyalty, but I, with the voice of thanksgiving, there's one of my favorite, thanksgiving, I will sacrifice to you, God, and the deliverance belongs to the Lord. The Lord spoke to the fish, and it spit Jonah out. And that brought us to our first story of Jonah, yes, smelling like fish, and still having to go tell other people that they were not obeying God. Today's service at church, they sang, Jesus Loves Me. Would you please join me in that? And I think we can be on our way and look at all the wonderful ways that God gives us second chances this third week of Epiphany. All right, so remember, Jesus loves me, all right? And this is yes in sign language, American Sign Language, and this is Jesus, okay? Because he made that sacrifice for us with his life. You ready to sing? Okay. Jesus loves me, this I know, for the Bible tells me so. Little ones to him belong. They are weak, but he is strong. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. The Bible tells me so. My friends, thank you for joining me. You have a beautiful week. I hope you have an enlightening week. I hope you offer not just yourself, but others second chances. Praise be to God. Jesus loves you, and so do I.